Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Quorum Podcast. This is where academic medicine meets remote, austere, and resource-limited areas. Welcome back to the program. This is Aebhric OKelly. I am with Dr. Francis Sakita and Jason Jarvis. We are here in very sunny, hot Norway in June, just finishing our tropical medicine course for the military. So, lads, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Mr. OKelly.
Thank you.
So how'd the week go?
The week went really well. This has been a course many years in the making. I'm very thankful to Eric, our other quorum faculty, for making this happen. We've been wanting to teach this for a long time, and I'm very happy that we've finally done it. There's room for improvement, and I look forward to starting that process also.
Francis?
I concur with you. It's been a wonderful week. It's my first time for me to be here in Norway. It's a different environment, different people. I managed to meet people with different cadres. So it's been quite an interesting week, and I'm happy that I'm happy and grateful that Quorum got this chance to teach this course here in Norway. And for sure, we look forward to coming back and do it better, do it bigger, depending on the feedback that we got.
So, Jason, what were some of the high points for you? What some of the lectures that you enjoyed, or any experiences with the students?
Well, I enjoy all the lectures. This is my most interesting topic in medicine, tropical medicine. So, like I said, I'm glad we finally got to do this. I've been thinking for many years how to best present some of these tropical disease aspects, such as the ectoparasites, all the different arthropods, venomous snakes, and really getting into the weeds on things like the various helminths, going from the roundworms to the flatworms, and so forth.
Well, everything has been great on my part. All the sessions that I taught, or even listening from Jason or yourself, Mr. OKelly, teaching, has been great because, we learn every day. We learn something new every day. So, but the interesting part was the topics that I taught, like introduction to tropical medicine, and just sharing the information with the team here was great, because not many people knew exactly what was happening in the tropics, and because not all of our participants have been to the tropics before, so it was something new to them. So went further and looked at viral hemorrhagic fevers again. There are some people who knew about it, but some it was like far-fetched. But it was interesting to share with them. And then we looked at deep fungal infections, and for sure all these topics. And eventually I came to learn that Norway is a very safe country to be in terms of as far as diseases. They've got a very tight control or surveillance of diseases. So it was really nice to learn.
Yeah, the student population has not seen a lot of these diseases. We had a couple of vet docs on the course one who lived in Tanzania for 5 years and spoke Swahili pretty well.
Oh, yes. It was actually, I was surprised and happy to find someone who speaks Swahili here in Norway. And it gave me, more confidence to know, like, okay, there's someone who, understands me better. Though I used the English in teaching, but it was, good to know. Yeah.
So we ran two courses, the same course twice. So the first week we had a group of people in. We had the weekend off in Oslo, and then we ran the same course again. So Lads, how was your experience in Oslo for those 2 days of letting your hair down and touring the Resistance Museum? And how was it?
Well, this is my second time in Oslo, and we had a pretty intense first week with this being the pilot program. So my version of letting my hair down was essentially eating and sleeping, in addition to going to the World War II Resistance Museum, which was very fascinating.
Francis?
Wow, for me, it was fantastic. Because again, this is my first time in Norway, and I first saw Norway when I was coming with the plane, so from above, and I couldn't really get the feel of it because from above you kind of see, it's like forest and scattered houses. But when we finished our first week, and then we went to Oslo, then I was like, okay, it's different. Of course, it's a city, so there is a city life. It's vibrant, too many people, beautiful, houses, beautiful place, and even the vibe that the people have is, it's good. I liked it. It was a sunny day, and yeah, being from the tropics, it was like favorite for me. It was a very nice day, so I managed to go around together with Jason. We went to this museum, and that made me learn a lot about Norway, how Norway started and what they went through, and for sure it was interesting. And I think that is one thing that I will take back with me home, knowing a country's history, another country's history. And I think it was very good. And this is, I must say, thanks to Mr. Eric Holstrom, who was the course coordinator while here in Norway, because he was a wonderful tour guide.
Yes, he was.
So we also were able to get to the Wild Rover, which is an Irish pub run by a guy from Dublin. So every time I come to Oslo, stop by and have a pretty good time. And the faculty met there after dinner on Saturday night. It was great to see Oslo. This time I saw it in sunshine instead of sleet and rain. So we had 5 days this last week on 28 students. And what were some of the experiences you had with some of the students? So Jason, you had a student do a runner. Can you explain what happened to make this student run away screaming?
Yes, we had a runner this week. That was during the myiasis lecture. For those of you who are not familiar with myiasis, that is when someone has an infestation of fly larvae, also known as maggots. Maggots can be beneficial if used correctly in a clinical setting with the right species. Unfortunately, in the field, we encounter cases of myiasis where these are not the beneficial maggots in the wounds. So we had a presentation on that, and with videos, and some of the videos are a little graphic, and we had one in particular on the tumbu fly, also known as the mango fly, maggot infestation in a dog, and showing the extraction of these fly larvae is pretty graphic, and we had a runner on that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Eric talked to her later. She had great reviews of the course, but it was just a difficult, right after lunch as well. I have to admit, fantastic program design on
Yes.
that one. And I thought the one with what was the worms in the feet with you cut out with a scalpel.
Yeah, the tonga penetrans, also known as, is it Funza? Funza is the Swahili. Yeah, thank you. So tongiasis with the sand fleas embedded in the feet and the lower legs. Yeah, there was a video on that extraction as well, which some viewers I think found a little much.
At least that person was wearing gloves, which is helpful.
Yes.
So the audience were active duty and reserve military from Norway. Some of them were medical doctors, medical nurses, paramedics. Some weren't. Some had very little medical training. Did you guys notice a difference between the students who were asking questions, who were the security force versus the medics?
Yeah, I think there were more questions from the more experienced providers. I imagine a lot of the junior practitioners were, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but they were trying to process a lot of new information,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the older practitioners that we got most of the questions from. They had great questions. They did stump me in a few cases, which is always a humbling experience when you reach the limits of your medical knowledge, and that just makes you want to go learn more so that you can be able to answer those questions next time.
I definitely like being stumped and not knowing answers because it forces learning. Like you say, every day is a school day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we've been doing tropical medicine since 2015. And I remember, Jason, you and I were sitting in Purdy Bay, Malta, in the old Seabreeze Hotel, which has long since been demolished. And we were sitting in the back of the classroom thinking, we don't know anything about tropical diseases, and what can we do to fix that? And so you started designing curriculum for our paramedic course. How to tell me a bit about that pathway from you and I sitting down with very little knowledge to the point where you now have a master's degree in infectious disease, and I've got a diploma in tropical nursing.
Yeah, well, the master's degree is still a few months away, but it is now within arm's reach. So yeah, I think we identified a gap in training that needed to be filled, and at the time, I think I was probably the person in quorum who had the most training and experience in tropical medicine. So I decided to take the lead on that and started doing the deep dive into the subject. And that was one of the things that prompted me to go ahead and do a literature review on the Plasmodium vivax malaria species in 2017, which was published in the Journal of Special Operations Medicine, because I felt I had tapped into deeper layers of the malaria parasite than a lot of my peers were aware of. So I felt that information needed to be shared. And as I continued to dive into that, I realized this was for me, the most fascinating, interesting part of medicine in general. So I decided to start pursuing the master's degree in infectious diseases through the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. And like I said, I'm a few months out from completion of that degree.
And what's next after that?
What's next? Onwards and upwards. I will be, after this fall, after knock on wood, receiving the degree, looking for a PhD program just to continue that educational pathway. It does appear that PhD programs in tropical medicine are few and far in between. I would need to move essentially to another country to pursue that, which I'm not ready to do currently. So I'm looking at other PhD options, such as medical education as a degree.
A lot of use out of that, getting a doctorate in education.
Yeah.
So, Francis, when I met you at KCMC, one of the things that impressed me immediately is your passion to learn, and the fact that you have been to Marburg, Germany, twice now, and your next big trip is Duke. So you are continuing to better yourself, which is why I hired you, and you're a valued member of faculty. So tell us about your passion for this and what's going on in Duke.
For sure, our history or our story goes way back, and it's been nothing short of, good memories. And ever since I've been part of Quorum, in the sense that as an instructor, I've been traveling to Malta several times to offer different courses. You've also come to KSMC, where we had a course, Tropical TTEMS, Tropical Travel and Expedition Medicine. So it's been great. And ever since, it's like I've been having this, this urge, like this passion of not settling for less. always try to advance forwards, onwards and upwards.
That's right.
That's what Justin says. So onwards and upwards. But my collaboration with Marburg is basically we are planning to start an emergency medicine program for postgraduate trainees.
A master's degree.
Master's degree,
Nice.
yeah, which will be for 4 years. Unlike the master's degree that I got, it was for 3 years. So ours is going to be longer and bigger and nice. Yeah. So why am I going to Duke? Again, we have this collaboration together with them. So Kilimanjaro Christian Medical Center has a long time collaboration with Duke University. So being an emergency physician at KCMC, I managed to collaborate with several doctors from Duke in conducting various researches, of which they include cardiovascular diseases, trauma, and pediatrics as well. So we've vast knowledge, rather, we've kind of added a vast amount of knowledge in science, actually, as far as those areas are concerned. So me going to Duke will be a great avenue for me to further, dive in research. And it's my great hope that for the 6 weeks that I'm going to be there, I'll be able to come with something tangible. Be able to write a grant that maybe at the end of those 6 weeks I'll be able to submit and cross my finger, hope for something, hope for the best. Yeah.
Good deal. Yeah, Duke has dumped a lot of money into KCMC.
Yeah, because the research projects that are being conducted there are big.
Big. I went to the university at KCMC, KCMUCO,
Yes.
and their computer lab has 120 iMacs in there. All of them say Duke, 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 Duke. Right?
That was, I think, back in 2011 when I was leaving. KCMUCO, the college, won a grant, and this was like a MEPI, Medical Education, I think, Program Initiative. So it was a project that was a grant that was won, and basically to just strengthen or rather improve the education. So I think we were among the first university to go to use more of, information technology in terms of, using computers, books. You have these servers. You just go and find medical books instead of buying the hard copies one.
Yeah.
So I think we're the first. So through that grant, we're just exceptional. Yeah. So, and yeah, Duke has been doing a great stuff for sure. I would say yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's 5 or 6 other universities that have collaborations with KCMC that are
Yes.
You're seeing
Yes.
you're seeing input, and Quorum has donated the ALS mannequin, and
Absolutely, we still have it, and for sure many people are being taught using it, and it's been humbling and good to see that you cause this ripple effect. It's not like you are given something and then you go and lock it inside your locker, but it's being used, and it's being used for a good cause. So again, I've never been given a chance like this through a podcast, but I'd love to extend my heartfelt thanks to Quorum on behalf of KSMC and KCMUCO, to just thank you for your continued support, because it's not just the mannequin. You've offered a tablet, which we used to use it like in performing ECGs. You kind of connect it through Bluetooth, so it was really helpful. And not only that, you bought us a board, a teaching board. So many stuff together with these consumables you brought. I remember last time you were there in 2018, while we were teaching T-terms. Eric brought also some pulse oximeters.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, little things, but they really matter because they make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Like
yes,
the
thank
Emma,
you.
the ETCO2
Yes,
has,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And before you head back, we need to talk about getting you on our butterfly system so you can use your butterfly with the videos and the education and then the additional content.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That would be wonderful.
because the butterfly is profound benefit. So last couple statements for like TropMed, since this is a week of tropical medicine. Where do you guys see the college? What direction would you like to see the college go with teaching of tropical diseases, tropical medicine? Jason?
Well, the logical next step is to build a diploma of tropical medicine and hygiene course. I imagine I'll be part of that project, and probably we'll need some help from other people. But I think that's going to be the next step: is building that program and figuring out how we'll do clinical placements for students that are on that program. We will need to build a more robust logistics layout for that, just all the microscopes and all the gear that entails. And I think that's the way to go. And if things go well, we can expand it from there to possibly a master's program.
We already have approval for the DTMH. We just need to put everything in motion. Francis, any thoughts on tropical diseases and where the college can go, or what can the college do to benefit what you're doing?
Basically, I congratulate the college for actually thinking about expanding the course, not just having T10, but having a diploma, being able to offer the diploma. So that's a good thing. As far as I am concerned, I'll be ready to support the colleges, and I'm also thinking myself of probably venturing on, maybe being a specialist in infectious disease, kind of being able to master it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just an idea, thought, but we'll see what time.
Well, Dr. Francis, Jason Jarvis, you have been a profound benefit this week. Everyone in that room knew who was carrying the load and who were the subject matter experts. Eric and I were just there to entertain you and support you as feed you and get you happy to do the heavy lifting. And I enjoyed being in the back of the classroom, listening in when I could and learning. So the two of you have been my mentors on tropical diseases as well as other aspects of medicine. And for that, I really appreciate having you guys on the team.
Well, it's a good
Thank
team
you.
to be on, and we're having a great time here in Norway, and we hope to come back very soon.
You two have been my mentors. So I'm grateful. It was wonderful to be here, and I look forward to coming back.
This has been a presentation from the College of Remote and Offshore Medicine Foundation. If you would like to earn CPD credit for this podcast, you can join the Council of Members. Being a member of the college gives you free CPD credits, free access to the virtual field guide, and discounts on our e-learning courses. You can join the team on the college website, which is Corum, C-O-R-O-M, corum.org.